Good morning, and welcome back to another episode of Free For All, your free-to-play series, part of the Hell Hades 2025 free-to-play challenge. We welcome you. Okay, folks, so we've hit a wall as far as Arbiter missions go. We just got to wait till Sunday, or next Sunday. So we have a long time. We're taking a break from this, I suppose. And then we've got this fusion going on. I don't have the shards to go for it, so it's just really out of the question. But then I think for the next fusion, that's something we can maybe consider. I don't know. That's going to be that last month, so I'm not really sure how useful it is going to be. But, between Dungeon Divers and Champ Training, we'll definitely hit this up and try to grab some of these books. The books are going to be super helpful, and who doesn't like a Void Shard here or there anyway? Granted that I am trying to play for the long term, I burned through a lot of my gems. I actually opened a couple of these stages up, and actually I was farming 4-star food in there for a while until I used up most of it, because I have all the food I need right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5 pieces of 5-star chickens. So that brings, who do we get? Okay, there's lots of conversation here. These are kind of the top main 3, at least at the current point where I'm right now. Coldheart obviously is just a good overall champion. Probably the best of these 3. Just her versatility is really good, but I don't know if I need her to be 6-star for what we're doing right now. Skaramis is an epic. He's an HP champion. He has like an AoE provoke once it's booked up, and then a pretty solid chance of an AoE decrease attack, and also fills this champion's turn meter for each buff that has its duration decrease, because I'll decrease buff duration on the opponents. And then an A1 that steals 15% of the turn meter and has a 20% chance of a stun if it is, depleting it. Great in Faction Wars. Pretty solid in Hydra. We could use a good Hydra champion right now. This is interesting. I think it's just because of his A1. I think I've been using him in Fire Knight. Yeah, overall looks like he's a pretty just good champion. And then there's Frozen Banshee. Frozen Banshee is a poisoner with poison sensitivity. So none of these champions have masteries. So until they get masteries, I don't see them taking the place of anybody in the clan boss team. But I think she's got a higher ceiling in the clan boss than like Kale does, for example. But realistically, Kale is kind of dropping off. He's a solid champion everywhere, but he's not amazing. He's just got masteries right now, so he's taking the place of a lot of champions. I think I am going to try to push to get another 6-star during this event, or as close to it as I can. But man, I just don't know. I feel like the right decision is Skaramis, but I feel like I kind of want to do Frozen Banshee. Mostly because it's unbooked, but I do have some books. We might as well just keep throwing them in here, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't be wasting my books. And the reason why I shouldn't be wasting my books is because we have 3 shards that I think I'm going to pull for. I looked up. I didn't know what most of these champions were, but we have some revivers here, and I'm pretty content with my reviving core right now. And I just want another damage dealer, and I think this guy, he's got some ignore damage in this kit, so I think he's the guy. And right now I just need food, so even just 3-star chickens are fine at this point. Increasing the cooldown. Yeah, I actually think she's not bad for like a Faction Wars rare, but she'll just be food. Alright, what do we got here? Yeah, we know that she's no good. Alright. Would have been nice to get an epic or something like that. But again, we need some food real bad, because otherwise what we end up doing is pulling from mysteries, and that just takes forever. And one thing to kind of consider is when you're doing this, and if you're leveling 1-star food up, if you don't do super raids, it takes 3 runs, which means it only takes 2 runs if you're doing super raids. But the problem with that is then you're basically wasting 8 energy that doesn't need it, so it's a little bit awkward running with those champions. Anyway, okay, so where have we made some progress in? Okay, so we've officially level 20 all the potion keeps, and I think I got that onto the optimizer also. I've also gone in all the way up to stage 24 and beat it, and I tried 25, which is just obviously the worst affinity. Like, it's not good. It's a bad affinity for us, but once we get past that, I actually do think that we'll probably be able to creep into here a little bit. But I haven't really farmed any of the dungeons, which is kind of why I want to get in the dungeons, is basically what I'm trying to say, is I want to try to get into the dungeons a little bit, and so I just have to think about with my next 6-star who's going to be the best for that. So any of the waves that are going to give me any issues, Skaramis is the guy. Okay, boss killers. It's either going to be Coldheart or Frozen Banshee. Okay, Frozen Banshee is going to be good against Ice Golem. Frozen Banshee is going to be good against Dragon. Coldheart's going to be good against the Fire Knight and is also going to be good against the Spider. So it's just a matter of where I want to progress the most in that. Shoot. So as I'm looking through here, I mean, this isn't an easy decision. So as I'm looking through my current list of champions, wave content, if I can't nuke it down, can be a little bit of an issue. And I think that's why I think I'm going to go with Skaramis. I'm just going to commit right now. I'm sick of waffling. I'm going to go with Skaramis. He also does have some applications against... No. No. Oh my gosh. Brutal. Maybe that's why I should have got one of the other two. Alright, that's okay. But anyway. He's going to help. He can also help with the Fire Knight because of this ability. And then the counterattack isn't terrible also, but help me get through. Dragon, he won't be terrible because he'll be a more reliable decrease attack. And once I get masteries on him, you know, he may be able to replace somebody like Alice. But she's got the 5-star Brimstone. He may be able to replace somebody in the clan boss, but we have to get the masteries on him, of course. All right, so that's exciting. We got our next 6-star, and so then that's another 20 points once we get that uploaded into the optimizer. But I still think right now we just try to max this event out to the best of our ability. These are all great rewards, realistically. Everything but the fragments. And the beginning ones aren't too bad. And then... I don't think... Doom Tower, we're kind of stuck. Not kind of, we're definitely stuck. The Spider's giving me a heck of a lot of issues. And I kind of wonder if a Paragon could just cheese it out, but I just don't want to take the time to do that. So... Alright. So I think game plan, we're not going to do the fusion, but I think we're going to end up doing a lot of the fusion events. And so that is probably just going to start with, I think the first thing I actually want to do is I think I want to get these 3 champions to 4-star. So what I'm going to be able to do is get them into the sparring pit, get them into the starring pit, and then they can be working on becoming 5-star chickens without me having to commit the energy. It's kind of a lot trying to get a champion from 0 to 40. So really just any and all bits of extra free progress that we can make is going to be beneficial. And then I think once I get up towards the 800 or so mark of gems, I will... How much is this? 350? Yeah, so to buy the last two, I'm going to need to be at least quite a bit higher than what I am, so that might take a little while. Okay, but as you guys know, it's CVC. Looks like we have a pretty solid start. I've actually used up a bunch of my resources. I'm really jonesing for this book. Personal rewards, what do we need to get? Really not a whole lot. 100,000 is pretty realistic. Man, we aren't just reeling in these points, huh? Okay, so why don't we go into here? And I should have a good bit of actually I have a lot of Guardian. All right, let's see if we can upgrade some pieces. Do I want to use my things yet? Probably not. I'm really dying for 5. What else am I using these on? What's my perception gear look like? Because I'm really needing good perception gear, but I just don't have. You know what? We have this coming up. I think we're gonna save, try to get a good bolster set. So let's just go ahead and pop these off as is. All right, what do we get? I don't need to slow roll this. Nope. Really, just speed is kind of the most important thing. HP, chest plates, HP. I should probably be a little less picky than what I'm being, but I actually have randomly sniped a whole bunch of real good pieces. So getting to that second level of Griffin, maybe third level, I can't remember exactly what it is really paid off. Oh man, come on. I know I sold the HP chest piece a minute ago. I might keep that. It's got a little bit of accuracy that could come in handy. Speed is always welcome. Alright. Speed is always welcome, especially with HP sub. Oh wow, we're running low on the blue ones. Okay. Now that's a situation I didn't think we'd run into. Wonder if we need to just continue to farm. But the Griffin is like, I swear it's in like every rotation. I know it's not, but I guess when you use 10 apiece. Okay. All right, there it is. That is it. And that saves us up a bunch of silver. And as much as I want to use my silver, we're going to wait for this gear enhancement event. And we're probably going to pop off. We have a lot of champions like not maxed gear out. So, you know, we found like this really good piece from Clan Boss, and then obviously this is a solid piece, and then we just went in and found basically anything with speed subs for her, and then we can ascend that a little bit. Skaramis, we have an accuracy banner ready for him to go with speed on it, so that'll be great, and it will also just complete this 4-piece set, so giving him an intercept stack might give him some use in the arena. This gave me a good sub, but then, man, I would have loved to get speed. But defense is good because we need him to be tanky. And then we found another piece with a speed subset in it. More speed and accuracy. So, yeah, so he's he might be just straight up my best build. The only thing that keeps Alice going in a good build is, and I mentioned this before, is the Sand Devil rolls have been absolutely fantastic. But we're going to max out this bottom row for her tomorrow. We'll probably do something along the same here. And, oops, if I could click on the right thing. And we're probably going to have to just get his stuff to 16, so then he's completely usable. And then let's maybe see what his masteries are at. How do I get there? Okay. And he's got a lot of mastery work, so. All right, so you know what would be a great, this will never happen, but maybe if you fully upgrade all of your sparring pit, like one of them is like XP and masteries, but it's like super slow. It takes like a long time. That would be, that would be pretty cool. All right. Nothing in here. So it sounds like, to me, that is going to wrap it all up. We got our next 6-star. Let's take a peek in the faction crypts. Ooh, we're going to have some areas to go here. I think she does have a little gear on her. No aura. So Morag is more than likely going to be one of my next in the conversation of 6-star. I think her in the clan boss will be pretty helpful, and it will be nice to have a different affinity champion. So I'm thinking, man, she could be good in Fire Knight too. So I'm thinking her, and I mean, it's in the same conversation. Her, Cold Heart, Frozen Banshee, and then even Madame Saris. But I think just getting a champion with a different affinity, because everybody we have right now is just straight up magic affinity, and that is super, super annoying. Otherwise, folks, I think that's going to be the whole video. Thanks for stopping in. Don't forget to like and subscribe on your way out, and I'll see you on the other side.